Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Today is a work hard day.
Hard day.
What
Uh,
about you?
I'm doing great, thank you. Just been working and planning my day out.
So, where are you from?
U.S. I'm from Boulder, Colorado. Like this.
California or New York or something else? Colorado.
Yeah, but Boulder, Colorado.
Yeah. My name is Đức An. I'm from Vietnam.
Nice to meet you. My name is Kevin.
Kevin. Yeah.
Do you live
Kevin.
in Hanoi?
Oh, you know Vietnam? No, I'm living in Saigon or Ho Chi Minh City.
Ah, okay, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, in the north of Vietnam, in the south of Vietnam.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
And is it how long have you been using Cambly for?
Just 2 weeks. Yeah.
2 weeks. So recently.
So, Kevin, today can we talk about take care health?
Technology?
No, taking care of the health.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, perfect. Like like just ways to stay healthy or
Yeah.
perfect, yeah. Uh, do you want me to look for like an article, or do you just want to have a free conversation on the topic?
Just the conversation on the topic. Yeah.
Perfect.
Maybe you have something new for me or for you, for each other. I really want to know about the medical in your country. So, have you ever been to hospital or clinic for some reason before?
I have. The most serious reason was I I fractured my jaw.
Yeah, fracture.
Yeah, I fractured my jaw,
Uh-huh.
and
Yeah.
I had to get surgery.
And so why did you have that? You have the accident?
Kind of. I was assaulted. Do you know what assaulted means?
No, I don't. Can you write this?
Yeah,
Short,
assaulted.
shorter.
So I was basically walking at night, and
Okay.
three random people beat me up.
Why? You are you were in your office or you are
No, in the city.
in the city, yeah?
It was like 1 a.m. and
Oh,
I didn't know these guys. They
oh,
just randomly
bad.
attacked me.
So it is the middle of the night and some guys do it very bad.
Yeah, and they knocked me out. I lost conscience,
Oh,
and I woke up a few minutes later. They weren't there. Um, so I realized that my jaw was really hurting,
mm-hmm.
and in the morning I tried to eat, but I couldn't move my jaw.
Oh,
So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna wait. Maybe it's just the pain.
mm-hmm.
But I tried to eat again in the afternoon, and I couldn't eat. I couldn't move my jaw, so I was like, I think it's fractured.
Yeah.
So I went to the hospital. They did, like the X-rays, and
Mhm.
it was fractured.
So, do you come to the emergency room or you go to the clinical? I
Emergency.
emergency room. Yeah.
Yeah, it was hurting a lot, and
Huh?
I went to the emergency room, but it was during a weekend, so I couldn't get surgery. I had to wait till Wednesday, so I had to wait like 4 days to get surgery.
You
So
have to wait 4 days. Why don't
so
they do it immediately for you?
they at the moment the hospitals didn't have like the doctor that like it's called like a
The-
facial. I don't know the exact term.
yeah, yeah. So you have to
Yeah,
wait for 4 days later to have the surgery. Mm-hmm.
yeah. I had to wait, and meanwhile they gave me like a liquid this liquid like medicine that helped me with the pain,
Oh,
and yeah, like 4 days later, I got surgery. They wired my mouth shut. They shut it with like they put like brackets on top of my like my what do you call this
And
uh,
lip,
yeah, like beneath my lip on top of my teeth.
top of your teeth. Ah, yeah, yeah. You maybe you, yeah, top of your teeth.
Yeah, and then they put wires and closed my mouth for 6 weeks.
Stick with.
I couldn't move it, so I was on a liquid diet for 6 weeks, just liquids.
So could you eat in stick with? No.
Couldn't eat. Everything I ate was blended, liquefied, and just juice. A lot of vegetables, like I blended together and just drank it.
Interesting.
It was, yeah, it was. I don't like hospitals. I don't like going to hospitals, and I think that's the last time I went to a hospital, and this was about 2 years ago.
So it's the memory for you.
Yeah, yeah, but speaking of health, it helped me learn how to eat healthy. Uh, I lost a lot of weight with that, and I kind of discovered that there's ways to stay healthy without eating, all these greasy foods like everything that's fried or grilled, not grilled, fried or yeah, everything that's cooked with a lot of grease. So I learned from it. I learned how to eat healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about you? What have you gone to the doctors or hospitals recently?
I'm the medical student, so
Oh,
I have been in hospital frequently.
wow. Which year are you in?
I'm the fifth year. Yeah,
So you're already doing like practices?
yeah, I'm practicing in the hospital, and I need 1.5 years to be graduate. Yeah, to be the general
Wow.
doctor.
You're in one of the most difficult careers.
Yeah, in my country it is. Yeah, it's that, but not like in your American. In your American, the doctor in here they have many power, but in Vietnam just in medium, not high like that.
Wow. And do you plan on specializing in something or just a general doctor?
Yeah, after I graduate, I decided to continue in 3 years to be the ED. I mean the emergency doctor. Mhm.
Wow, that's interesting. So it takes about 8, 9 years to become
9 year total. Yeah.
wow. It takes a lot of sacrifice, but it's worth it. You're helping people, you're saving lives, and that's great that you decided to go for that path.
So that's the reason I want to hear about the medical in many countries. Maybe
Yeah. And what like health are you interested in? I don't know much too like I don't know too much about the medical
Mhm.
field, but I am interested in like healthy habits to live a healthier life.
So
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't know too much about the industry or the about the field.
does he want to know about the feeling to be a doctor or some or what?
No, no, I personally don't know too much about your field. But I am interested in maintaining a healthy lifestyle.
Sometimes when you have the patient, your patient in
Hmm.
the very severe situation. Maybe
Uh-huh.
you think, because they have the accident, really, really bad, and you have to ask, you wonder yourself, is it alive or not? So you have to do many things, or you have to do nothing. It's the first decision, And after that, when you do many things, and your patient, I mean, wake him up, wake him up, and he's still
Mhm.
alive. And something feeling is really happy in your side.
Yeah, because you can either save them or decide if they don't have another option, but
Yeah,
pass away. Have you ever been in a situation like that?
yeah, yeah. I practice daily, so I have to see many decision situation like that with my teacher. Yeah, I have him, my teacher, to do marketing to the patient, so the
Uh-huh.
feeling about this. Yeah, but sometimes we do the, the most of we can, but maybe couldn't change the situation.
Yeah, yeah. So sometimes they're so ill or so hurt that you don't have any options. I feel like that's the most difficult part about being a doctor. Sometimes you might feel like some sort of like guilt for not being able to save someone's life, but it's part of your career.
Yeah, when the first time I see the people the dead in front of me, just 5 minutes ago they have a talk on their phone, and suddenly they have
Hmm.
the cardiac arrest. But it's too bad we couldn't save them, so he's dead. I feel the first time is really terrible. For a week later, I couldn't forget this. I always wonder myself what happened. So what should we do? What should I do in this situation at that time? Many questions. Yeah, it's
Yeah, you kind of feel like you it's your fault in a way too that person didn't survive, but
really
I feel like that's the hardest part of doctors, going through that psychological part
yeah.
of being able to help or not help a patient. Wow. And is anyone in your family a doctor, or are you the first one?
No, both my parents are the farmer. Yeah, and my sister is a nurse in the
Wow.
hospital. So.
My dad is a doctor, but
Oh,
I never liked medicine. Yeah.
so what is his specialist?
He's just like like
A
general
doctor? Yeah.
medicine. Yeah. But yeah, he wanted me to be a doctor, but I don't like being in hospitals. Like I don't like the smell. I don't like I don't like seeing blood.
Uh,
So for me, it's just it's I don't like it.
every day. And, I mean, the accident or some blood everywhere. You couldn't control that.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. That's interesting. And how long have you been using Cambly?
Complete? In
Yeah.
complete? I told you 2 weeks. Yeah.
2 weeks. And have you found like tutors that know more about your area?
In the first week, we just have a communication about the career, about the nation, about something else. So maybe it's okay because my English is not good, so I just have the conversation. So I think it's okay. Someone they just maybe they are the tutor, but they don't know how to talk. I mean they don't maybe they don't like to talk too much. So sometimes
Oh, so they're very like quiet or
yeah,
awkward.
yeah. The time is goes. It's so long.
Yeah, like he doesn't really want to be there. Wow. No, I mean, me, like personally, like I said, I don't know too much about, your
Yeah,
industry, but I feel like, it's good for you to practice your
right.
English related to being a doctor or just general
Hmm.
conversations.
So have you how I mean how long have you been in Cambly? Be a tutor?
Yeah, I've been on Cambly for about a year and a
Oh,
half.
long time.
Uh, yeah, but it's not like my main source of income,
Hmm.
and so I it's kind of like an extra for me. But I love it. I like helping people improve, and I learn too from other people because people from different countries.
So do you in Cambly every day or just some day in weeks?
Usually I do like 5 days a week, but just a few hours, not full
Hmm.
time.
So what
Yeah.
about your main job?
So I what I do is I help usually just American companies. I help
American
them
company.
look for manufacturers. Yeah, I help them look for manufacturers in Mexico to make different products. So I help them negotiate prices. I help them with the communication, and so I'm kind of like a consultant and kind of like a middleman.
So you are in Mexico right now?
No, right now I'm in France.
You're in France.
Yeah, I'm in France.
What do you
um,
do there?
I'm traveling.
All right. So,
um, yeah, like I don't have to be in Mexico to work. Everything is usually done
online?
through the phone. Yeah, online and through the phone.
Ah,
But American companies struggle to find companies because in Mexico they use the traditional methods of marketing. They don't have like online presence, and you have to find companies through Facebook, through different ways that American companies don't know, and they also don't speak the language, and they don't know the business culture that I know because my parents are Mexican. So that's where I come in.
that's nice. Yeah.
um, it's interesting. Yeah, and do you plan on working abroad or do you plan on working in Vietnam?
Until now, I'm just plain working in Vietnam. But about in the March, I will have the global competition in ED, my interesting specialist. I'm into the international challenge of emergency medicine in Thailand. There will be many
Yeah.
teams in around the world, maybe in America, in Australia, in Thailand, in France, in England, come to there. So I was really excited. And because of my English is not too good, so this is the reason I come here to come here to practice it. Maybe it's quite good enough to be there.
To improve, yeah. Yeah, and I feel like your English is good, but if you manage to get it to an advanced level,
And
there are always countries that are trying to look for people like you that are willing to be like in Australia, New Zealand, Canada, U.S. So just by knowing English, I feel like you can open so many doors for yourself.
in Vietnam after I graduation, um, I couldn't work in many country abroad. Like American, a doctor in American, they can go abroad and work
Mhm.
in many countries. But in Vietnam, the doctor in here, they couldn't go to Singapore or go to Australia. The people in there, they don't approve that. Yeah, they don't like this. So we just do in our country, maybe like that.
Wow, that's interesting. But I feel like they they have a high demand for all these countries. Always have a high demand for even for
Yeah,
nurses.
honors.
So
Yeah.
yeah, do you think they might like tell you, hey, come to our country and we will give you the what we need, what you're missing, and then you can start working for one of these countries. Is that something they do, or they just don't want people from other countries?
It's just like a nurse. In my country, when you go to American to learning about the medical, it's just a nurse. They couldn't be a doctor.
Uh, okay. So they just let you, they just allow you to be
Yeah,
nurses.
just a nurse. And I feel like
Wow.
I want to be a doctor.
Yeah, no, that's good. You have to follow and stick to your dream. That's interesting. I feel like something that might also be able to help you in the future here on Cambly is asking your tutors to find like academic articles that are related to medicine, and maybe you guys can like either read them or maybe just discuss them. Maybe read them before a lesson and discuss them. That way you can also practice these medicine terms in English, and that can help you improve as well.
I mean, I don't know how to find the tutor like you say because in the topic in Cambly, they don't write about the medicine. I feel
Yeah,
so. I can
like they don't specialize. People here don't specialize in medicine. If they did, they would be doctors or nurses
yeah.
or um but it's something that you can like request. It doesn't for me it wouldn't require uh too much knowledge on the industry. Just it would require knowing how to pronounce the words correctly. That way you can also learn them. um but I feel like that's something that can help you out, when it comes
Uh,
to improving in medical terms.
so that's the way. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, sure.
yeah, yeah. Like I personally wouldn't mind, like in the future, like going over some articles with you, related to medicine, or discussing them, even though I don't know too much, but it can help you practice that,
So
the
can you
language.
help me about that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I would be glad to do it. We can either I can help you find them, or I can, or if you want, you might know more websites that have these type of articles. But it would be good to discuss different, different topics related to medicine, like I don't know, like diabetes, obesity, just different areas.
The medical terminology is quite difficult
Yeah,
to, I mean, to speak and to
yeah, to pronounce.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so I feel like that might help you here on Cambly. That way you don't just, because your English is very fluent, and to make your membership on Cambly worth it, you can always just practice these topics or these articles.
So maybe in next day, I will ask you about help
Um,
me about this. Do you agree with that?
yeah, 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 I'm good with that. What we can do is, if you prefer, you can find an article and send it to me, or I can also look for some that I might be interested in, and we can like read them and go over them, and we can do like
Oh,
whatever you think might
I
help.
can try, but how can I send it to you by the email in Cambly?
Yeah, on messages, you can just send me the link, and I can open it, read it, go over it before talking to you, and during like a lesson, you can either read it to me, or we can just discuss the article
So
to get you practicing it. I might not know I might not know what you know, obviously, but I can
yeah,
definitely talk
sure,
about
for
topic.
sure.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I will send it to you. Oh, so how can I schedule with you? I'm in the town. I have to do it.
yeah. So after the call, I can send you the link to my
Yeah,
schedule,
right.
but if there's a time that might work for you that is not like on the schedule, you can just message me and ask me like, "Hey, does this time work for you on this day?" And I can answer like, "Hey, that works," or "It doesn't work." I always check my messages.
Yeah, I really appreciate this.
Yeah, yeah, no, that would be awesome. If I can help you improve with that, and if I can learn some more about medicine, because it's good to have knowledge on everything. Um, yeah. So how often do you use Cambly?
um, 5 days a week and 30 minutes a
5 days.
day. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, so I feel like yeah, I feel like that would be a good idea because if you can also just call tutors randomly and have conversations, but they're just gonna be like general conversations like we just had today. They're not gonna be conversations related to what you want to specify in or specialize in.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Maybe when I practice in the hospital, I will. Sometimes I meet a foreigner patient. Yeah, they're
yeah,
foreigner patient. They travel to Vietnam, but they have a sick, so they come to the hospital. Sometimes I talk,
yeah,
but
like a
not too
tourist.
much.
Yeah, and have you had any tourists in as patients?
Can you repeat that again?
Yeah, have you had any tourists as patients?
Yes, yes.
Do you know what?
The
Yeah,
the patient they're in tourist. The tourist patient. Do you mean that?
uh,
Yes,
yeah.
I met some in the hospital. Yeah, but
Wow. Vietnam has a lot of tourism,
yeah, that's
right?
right. So nowadays they have too much. They go to the beach. They go to. I mean, we have many beautiful views. And sometimes I met a foreigner medical student in England, in Australia, come to Vietnam to practice for 3 or 4 weeks. Then they come back to their country. But at that time, they couldn't have to communicate with the doctor in here, some doctor in here, or the patient. So I'm the
Uh-huh.
translator. I'm the translator to them. So it's
Wow.
fun, and I can understand them. I mean, understand how they are learning, the way they are learning, or something, something.
Yeah, like you guys get to share like the
Yeah,
different ways their country teaches them.
yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, that's really cool that you get to have this experience and that you can speak English well, so you can communicate with everyone.
In my university, they don't speak English, and the book we use is in Vietnamese too. So it's not more chance to practice in English. Yeah. So the student
So
we have to learn it by myself, by ourselves. Just do it by ourselves.
so how did you learn English? Was it just in school or how did you learn it?
Uh, about in the first year university, I come to the English center. I mean, in here we
Huh?
have more English center like Vietnam, USA English Center, or Vietnam, Australia English Center, maybe something like that, or Wall Street English. Uh, so I learned it, but in 6 months. 6 months just choose a week in 6 months. But some after that I just speak a little, just speak a little. But after that I learned it through YouTube. I learned it through the English film, in this movie. I learned this in the app in the phone, just by
Yeah.
myself until here, the Cambly.
Wow, well, that's amazing how like how good you got by doing it by yourself. Yeah, not many people can do it.
I practice every
Yeah.
day, but uh, I mean my vocabulary is not too much. I'm too lazy to learn a new vocabulary, you know. Uh,
And I was gonna ask, are you currently in your school?
uh-huh.
Are you currently in your school,
Yeah,
like in the university?
yeah. I'm the fifth year.
Uh,
I'm currently the medical student.
no, but like in the place you are right now, like the background, I see
I'm the
papers.
room for rent. I'm the room for rent.
Where?
The room for rent.
Ah,
My small house, but I rent it. Yeah, in the city, learning
wow,
for 5 6 years.
wow, that's great. That's really cool. Um, well, I see that we have 30 seconds left, but as soon as the call-ins, I'll send my schedule. I still haven't made it for next week, but just check it to see it, or if there's a better time that works for you, tell me. We can arrange it, and you can send me an article, or I can also find one for
I will
us.
send it as soon as possible because this weekend I have the examination exam. So maybe in next week
Yeah.
or sometime I will send it to you. Nice, really nice. Really happy to meet you today.